Well, welcome to the Totally Awesome Fishing Show, people. Here you go, look. Aldi's there, Matalan, Carpet Right. This is what you call urban pike fishing. I'm down here in Weymouth. Now, you guys would think I've come down here sea fishing again. You'd be wrong. This could be the angler's heaven. I'm down with Mackie again, who we did our squid films with. And Mackie assures me there's some very good pike fishing in one of the local lakes down here. As you can see, it's like a reserve with plenty of rushes there. And Mackie's already set up. I only just got it. I don't know what to put on. I've got a box of lures, like most of which never see the light of day. So here we are, Mackie. You're already keen to go, mate. You're keen to go. So you're going to start with what? Just run us through what you're going to.
A bronze spinner, really. It's an Abu Garcia one.
Yep.
They call it the Atom. It weighs 25 grams and it's ribbed and it does give a nice wobble in the water.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with the bronze colour because a lot of the fish in here are either like obviously the roach and the rudd and stuff like that. There's a lot of bronze coloured fish in here. So
yes, that's where you're going with. Match the hatch.
Match the hatch. And yeah, a lot of the pike do react well to the old bronze spoon, and it's not pressured water whatsoever. So the pike are really switched on to the lures in there.
What about your rod and reel? Run us through that for guys spinning, because it's predominantly lure fishing you do, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm basically just using my squid rod.
Sure.
Well, my Shakespeare ugly stick. I use it for everything. Same 4,000 size reel.
And what's the model on that?
That is a ugly stick elite.
Yeah.
Shakespeare.
So
I think it's the 8-footer.
Yeah.
Nope, 7 foot. Sorry, it's the 7-foot one. Casts 18 to 50 gram.
Yeah.
So it's quite a sort of, you can cast a range of lures on it, and yeah, it's done me well. I've had bass on it, wrasse. I've even caught carp on it when I've been stalking for them. My squid I catch. I use this rod for literally everything.
And your reel there?
That is a Shimano Xage, whatever you want to call it. It's a very good reel. They discontinued it from Shimano and replaced it with one called the Sahara, which I don't find to be as good as this reel. Yeah. This is really well made. It's lasted me some time. It comes with 2 spools, and the spools just click on and off.
Sure.
And it's got a fighting drag, so you can change your drag really quickly.
I know. Yeah.
So it's a perfect reel for just all types of lure fishing, I think. So.
And line wise?
I've just got 12-pound mono.
Straight 12-pound, yeah.
Straight 12 to a wire trace. And that is it, really. Just going to go and cast out and hopefully catch a few pike today. A
few. He's saying a few. You've seen some of my other films. There's no few in it, boys. So let's go. And you can use bait as well, Mackie.
Yeah, you can fish dead baits in there. The pike do react well to the dead baits. The bigger ones usually come on the dead baits. So yeah, just your standard float rig.
What would you set it? So just 3 feet deep and let it drift around or something, or 4 feet?
I'd sort of just set it pretty much bang on the bottom.
Yes.
Bang on the bottom, and that's where you get your bigger pike. But you can obviously don't have to use a float. You can just do ordinary dead bait. Yeah, don't really need anything special to do it.
And depth-wise, it's quite a sort of narrowish lake. What would be your depth?
It's probably about 5-6 foot. There are certain spots in the lake where the water does go deeper. Obviously, it's a really good carp lake as well as pike. The pike in here are massive. They go up to some of them have been up to nearly 30.
Real. Wow.
There's loads of 20s in here. They're all sort of wild and yeah, all on marks. It's really, really beautiful fishing here. It's quite hard fishing. I've only had one out in 11 sessions down here, and that's just sheer perseverance.
Bottom weedy, silty. What would it be? The actual bed
it's
of the lake?
Pretty much silt. It's all sort of silty. The further you go up the lake, the more weeds you get. But sort of the first 5 or 6 swims are pretty much hardly any weed on the bottom.
So this would be looking at where the camera's going now.
The first swim.
That's deeper. Would that be deeper in?
Down towards the McDonald's end, there are certain spots down there which are a lot deeper.
Yeah.
So you have got your deeper bits all down that way. But yeah, this narrow channel just seems to be the area for, obviously there's a few people set up already for the carp.
Yeah.
But anywhere around in this channel is perfect for the pike.
And I see 2 guys up there. We walk past are actually piking already, carp fishing already, aren't they?
Yeah, they're trying for the carp. I mean, with the weather we've had and it's obviously mild, it's good conditions for a bite down here.
Yeah.
This water reacts. It's very sort of weather dependent. If you haven't got the right sort of conditions, the fishing can be really hard. But if you have the conditions right, a low pressure, maybe mild, bit drizzly, overcast, it does fish well.
Right, crack on. Let's see if we can catch something. Right, while Mackie's fishing, guys, I'm fishing with, I'll show you. I'm fishing with, I've got to look, I don't even know what I'm fishing with. It's a Shimano 4000, very old one, just a stern drag. It's called Olivio, a 4000R. All means nothing to me, but I like using that reel. And the rod is Michael's, it's a Nomura Izu SW, quite pokey. I used it in the last pike film, 12 to 20 pounds. Wouldn't mind using this one boat fishing actually. Just seems a bit weird. Got the main road going past here and Mackie's telling me what this pike fish is like. Let's hope we can get 1 or 2 out. Okay, lure wise, what I'm going to be using, I'll turn this way so you can hear a bit with the traffic. This one is a very, very old Abu Hilo, which is a Swedish one, but it's got an adjustable vane at the front. So if you want to make it go shallow, you can click it like this. So it's shallow, puts a lot of water resistance up there. If you wanted to dive deeper, you just click the vane down like that and make it go deeper. And it wouldn't be a fast swimming lure, this one. It's jointed in the middle there, but it's a sort of average. And I'm going by what Mackie said, that coppery colour. So I'm going to try that one first. And what I've done is crush the barbs on that one. That's the best I can do. I can't file them down. I haven't got a file with, but I've crushed the barbs with a forceps. And I hate getting pike in with lures, trebles like that, in the net. It's a nightmare to get out. So let's see if we can't catch something. Well guys, Mackie hasn't blanked because he's just spotted a nice lure down in the water. I guess somebody's lost it, it's drifted down and it was just snagged in the weed there. Quite a nice lure actually. This is the art of fishing in the extreme. There we go. Oh, nearly. I think you got it, Mackie. It's like a sort of rapala-y type thing, isn't it?
Frenzy.
A frenzy.
Yeah. Well, free lure anyway.
Free lure.
And a wire trace.
Trace as well, yeah. It's called a frenzy. I wonder if the angler who lost it is in a frenzy.
Right, I'm just changing over to a different type of lure. This is a like a bronze spoon with it's got these little weed guards on it, and obviously it's hot when you're fishing for the pike. You obviously are in snaggy situations sometimes, and Fladden have come out with these spoons, and they are really, really nice. Obviously these weed guards literally just stop the weed getting caught on the hook, breezes through it. So if you fish in snaggy areas, these are absolutely ideal. It's got a nice little 3D eye there, nice pattern on it. Yeah, and they do these in a few different colours.
And you can fish out a lot slower. You can
yeah, you can fish out really slow.
You can get near the bottom then.
Yeah, you can just let it flutter down and fish it really, really slow. So good. Yeah, give it a go and hopefully catch something. It's been a bit slow so far, but there is a few anglers down here on the carp. A few of my favourite swims are taken, so we're just sort of working our way down, and the people fishing for the pike will fishing for the carp will probably go soon, so they've probably done an overnighter. They won't give it all day. It's usually sort of produces the early morning bites. You do get runs through the day on the carp, but
well, we've seen a couple jump, haven't we, Mackie?
We've seen a couple of nice carp jump into our eye, pretty big ones as well. So there's carp moving around. During the day you do get the odd bites, but it's mainly sort of early evening, early mornings, during the day. If the conditions are like they are today, I could see a carp coming out in the, like during midday and that, but
yeah. Well, Mackie's had a big fish boil up on his lure, on that weedless lure, and now he's on a fish there. Well, I just got the camera set out, guys. I took it off my head, and that was a sure sign we were going to catch a fish. And there's only a small one, but listen, we'll take him. And if those who follow us, which he can fall off in a minute, he's in. Those who follow us will know it's on the lucky green barramundi lure. Oh, he's off, look at that! Oh, how lucky is that?
It's good because a lot of the fish in here do unhook themselves. I don't know why, but there you go.
Yeah, I wasn't sure for a while whether it was a fish. You know, you'd cast for hours and hours out there. And I've thrown a dead bait out for, let's put that dead bait back there. In case that big one followed us in while Mackie unhooks out, I'm going to chuck this back out there again. Got it about 4 foot deep. That can stay out there. I didn't actually see the fish that the other two lads saw, but it was literally down there. There we go, nice little pike. Gonna slide him back and fingers crossed we might get another one. I want to drop my car keys in the water. There we go. He's gone. Well, we're moving around the lake trying different swims as we go, but I've never ever seen such a good platform, a fishing platform as this one. I mean, check this one out. It must be 4 feet across the walkway. And the actual platform itself is just enormous. You could get, well, probably 2 bivvies in there. 2 guys could fish here for sure. And here you can see it opens out the lake, all the way back down there. Big open water, rushes all around it. And goes way back here as well. Lots of bird life there. We hope lots of fish life. He's coming straight for me. Here we go. Straight for my fishing line. Psst. He doesn't want to be filmed. Guys, we might got a pick up on a pike because I cast there, looked, and then I saw the float back here and I thought you can't go against the wind. Check the drag, check the camera. Might drop it, might be a small one. A small one. We'll take it. Not a small one. There's a bit of a change then. I still think it's fairly small. Yeah, it's just a small one, yeah. But listen, a pike is a pike. At this stage in the day, we take anything. Yeah, he's in the net.
There you go, another one.
I can't imagine how many times we've cast the bloody lure past there. That's ridiculous. I just looked and I thought, I'm sure I cast that float to the right. That's on the roach, yeah. That's what's left of the roach. You took it well down. So again, small pike, but a pike. What I don't understand is we've cast and cast, haven't we, Mackie? There.
Yeah.
He's trying to take it again. Yes, good again. There he goes. That's my finger that's bleeding, by the way, not the pike. So we're getting back. Thank goodness for that. And you'll be shocked to hear that Mackie's next session with me in an hour, a couple of hours, might be sea fishing, Mackie. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go down and, yeah, a bit of variety.
Get a variety, see if we can do sea fish and coarse fish in the same day. Let's get this guy back. That's weird. He's going to go. There he goes. Gone.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just having my sandwich and I thought, oh no, I can't stay here, but why is he going that way? It's a bonus rod, chucking that out, yeah. And you're right, look, another leech. And there's a little leech here, guys. It was on the last fish we've had have had leech on them. You get this in the winter. They reckon it's generally because they're laying near the bottom. That's the theory. And they get the leeches come up.
This is my box of tricks, as you call it. Got various different pike lures. This one's a little fladding jerkbait. Got a rattle in it. Just sits sort of in the water. It sinks slightly, but it's just sort of a sliding movement with that one. Works really well. Nice bronze colour to it. Really natural looking. I've got a fish black minnow, which is their pike edition. So it's only a 6 gram lure, but it's quite a big body. And yeah, it's worked really well. The soft plastics do work really well for the pike. Let's have another look at some of the other. You've seen that one.
They get much damage, those soft plastics?
They can do, yeah, they do. But you get the spare bodies and it's not too bad. But I do prefer using like your metal lures and your hard baits. So that's the one I caught on today. But I've also got, this is for when I take my drop shot rod out, a little...
Got a rattle as well,
yeah? A little rattler. That's for sort of my little drop shot rod for when I go pike fishing. This is a nice one. This is a Savage Gear TPE mullet. It's really, really soft plastic, but it doesn't really get chewed through. It's a really weird sort of texture, but it swims really nicely through the water, as you can probably see.
They got it about the shape of a mullet and the colouring as well, haven't they?
So that one works really well for pike. It's a shallow diver as well, so it don't sink really quick. It goes really slow and works through the water depths. Not very expensive either, about £5.
Oh, so
it's a bargain really.
Almost losable.
Yeah. Obviously the one I snagged up today, probably best catch of the day, I reckon.
Yeah, that one was.
He looks nice. He'll probably do me well in the future. Looks like it's some sort of Rapala, I reckon, or
it looks
I don't know. It says Frenzy on the bottom, but
Frenzy.
I'll take it. It works. This is an Abu Tormentor. When I get it out, he's a problem with tackle boxes. There we go. A nice old Abu lure. That's a Tormentor. It's jointed. Really good action. The silver colour to sort of imitate the roach. Dives pretty deep, but you can just fish it on a slow retrieve, and yeah, it works really, really well. So that's another favourite of mine. We've got obviously your good old big bronze spoon. That's a very good lure for the bigger pike.
That's cast like a missile,
yeah,
I think.
Flies out there, that one.
What sort of weight would that be?
I think that one's about 30 odd gram.
Yeah.
If not more. And then this is my new one that I'm gonna be giving a bit of field testing to. These are the Savage Gear Max sticks. They come in different sizes. This is the smallest version. Perfect for bass and obviously using in the sea. A lot of people use these abroad for like your jacks and stuff like that. But I thought, why not give it a go for the pike?
Yeah.
Perfect size.
Bite size, isn't it? Really?
It swims really, really well, and they do these up all the way up to about 120 odd grams.
Does it come with singles, or do you put it on there?
It comes with trebles, but I put the singles on it.
Sure.
It's a bit easier really for the fish, and it works really well. Swims really nice. Obviously, nice green, imitates a mackerel, and it's really, really weighted, so it casts really well into the water. And then a really, really old thing, but it's caught me a good few pike. It's just a basic MEP spinner. It's got a little barrel weight there.
And double blades on it.
Yeah, double blades, a little barrel lead, red feather. Casts really far for obviously a MEP spinner, and the nice bit of distortion in the water with ease. Really does vibrate.
I don't think I've seen a double blade before, to be honest.
Yeah, no, and it swims really well. Like you get the two working together. And it swims really good, and I've had a good few pike on that. Yeah, so I've always got this in there as it's sort of a banker lure for me, really. If I'm blanking on all the lures, I always end up with this one and somehow manage to catch on it. So
now we've come to the end of the fishery virtually. That last one was on a dead bait, and we're going to go down the beach and try and catch a sea fish. So we do coarse fish and sea fish in the same trip. So what we're going to be doing, or what we're going to be fishing for? Well,
we're going to go and give local beach a try down the sort of Preston beach end of Weymouth. It throws all sorts of species really at the moment. I've had gilthead bream out of there. It's thrown double figure bass up. Everything really. It's a really, really good mixed venue. Flatfish, sole.
And right in town, isn't it?
Yeah, it's literally like 5-minute walk from where we are at the lake now. In 5 minutes you could be on the beach fishing for sea fish really. So,
and how far from my B&B?
literally step out the door and you're pretty much there. So
that sounds good to me, folks, doesn't it? Breakfast in the morning, I might be out again, but no, we're going to try somewhere else. But we'll give it a go anyway, Mackie, and see what we can catch.
Rock on.
Well, we're down here on the beach now. We put the pike gear away. Let's get that out of the way for you. Is it off? Is it on? We've got the headgear on, and I'm using the camera light as well, trying to give us some light here. We're just down on what I'm going to call the other end of Weymouth Beach, and I'm using my Avon rod and a carp rod, and I've got some really small hooks on one rod there. It's like a size 10, size 12 freshwater hook with a half a worm. That's all I've got on this, just for anything that comes along. The other one has a standard scratching rig with 3 1/0 hooks, which is again still for small fish, but got the chance if a bass or something else comes along, I'll be in with a shout. And then over on the other side is Mackie. Mackie's got a rig out there as well, and we're going to give it just 2 or 3 hours, maybe, you know, just into darkness on the beach, and just see if we can't get a coarse fish and a sea fish in the same session. And Mackie will tell you what rig he's got on.
Yeah, Graeme, I'm just using a 14-foot sort of continental style rod with a surf reel loaded with 12-pound line and a 70-pound tapered shock leader. I'm using 150 gram lead. It's a grip lead, and the rig I'm just using like a pulley dropper rig with a smallish hook on, baiting it with ragworm. It's sort of a ragworm sort of beach to fish. So yeah, just pulley dropper, clips all down nicely, and then when you cast out, it all undoes, and you have a nice bait presented along the bottom. Perfect for your rays, flatfish, cod fishing, anything like that.
Well, another small fish here, guys. I don't know whether you'll be able to see it in the light here, so I don't know what this camera's like in the light. It looks like it's not a weave. You always make sure. I think that is. See, there's any teeth on it. It's hooked in the side there. If it's got teeth, it'll be a whiting. Yeah, little baby immature whiting there. Oh, tangled up as well. There you go, little immature whiting. So it shows you a few fish out there anyway. So
we're obviously we're sort of fishing halfway through the tide. The high tide is not till about 11, but here in Weymouth we sort of have some sort of skew with tides. That we have like 2 highs and 2 lows in a day. It can be quite confusing really, but yeah, we're sort of halfway through the tide now. We should start seeing a few bites as that tide starts flooding. We've got half a pound of rag to last us, so once that's gone, it's gone. Here we have Graeme. He's got a fish on. Nothing massive, but he's got a fish.
Well, I'll tell you what, I don't get many of these off the beach, guys. A long time since I caught a sole, which I think it is, yeah?
Yep. Nice little sole, that.
It's a sole. I'm talking to the camera because I think the camera's up there and it's here. There you go, guys. Little sole on a tiny, tiny hook. Really small hook. So listen, we saved the blank, and after that pike fishing, we've got our sea fish, which is what he said we do. And I'll just get this one off the hook.
What rod was that on? Was that on the Avon?
That was on the Avon rod. And I mean, it's only very, very light rod. I was sitting behind this umbrella because it's drizzling, and just saw the rod. You can't believe this fish pulled the rod over, but trust me, it did. But we've had a few shredded worms, so there might be a chance of something else. I'll get this guy back. Well, I was really pleased to catch that sole. I don't really catch many of those, to be honest. I don't expect I've caught 10 in my entire life fishing. They're quite rare, almost secretive, and generally they come out at night. But we proved you can go somewhere and catch fresh and saltwater fish, both on the same trip. It's a little challenge we set ourselves. We completed it. Hey ho, not big fish, but listen, that's the way fishing can be in the UK. We're going to finish off now because the last time I went fishing, my legs got wet. Let's get over to the tackle shack and see what I'm talking about. Yes, it's that totally awesome tip time again. Well, I just got in last night for a really good chub fishing little trip I had. About 3 hours wading. Have been wading for a while. Great fishing, but I discovered something. My waders leak. Now I've known, guys, look, I've only had these waders about 25 years. So I'm pretty disgusted they're starting to break down. They have indeed been repaired many times before. But I have known guys, when I've talked to them on the bank about different waders and chest waders and thigh waders and boot, they say, oh, I can't be bothered to repair them. Just dump them, throw them away, go and buy another pair. They're cheap enough to buy. Well, I figure if they're only £20 to buy, that's great, but I like £20 worth of fishing on day tickets. That could get me another 2 days fishing, £10 each, on a good day ticket, Walter. Anyway, here are my waders. I thought a little tip wouldn't go amiss to those of you who actually don't want to go and buy a new pair of waders. They want to make them last. These are at least 25 years old and they're still going strong because I hang them upside down on hangers. I'll show you that later. Right, wet wader, what can you do with that? Obviously turn them upside down outside the house, drain the water out. Next thing you want to do, screw up loads of pieces of newspaper. And generally I find the cheaper newspapers are the better. Now, no point trying to repair the outside until you've got them totally dry on the inside. I wouldn't recommend draping them over radiators because that makes them smell and the wife stroke girlfriend stroke mother will not like. Get the paper, ram it right down to the bottom. 5 or 6 newspapers like this, okay? And then try and put newspaper all the way up so that your boot will actually stand up on its own with the paper rammed inside it. If not, just get something and loop this. Now you can keep them near a radiator in a warm area. Get them dried out first because you're going to have to glue the outside. If it's wet, it won't take. Okay, here we go with one I prepared earlier. Right, now I've waited 2 days with these just lean near a corner, near a radiator. I pull out all the paper, I can feel it's damp. The newspaper will take out, well it will take out all the moisture, provided you keep them upright so that the moisture comes out like that. So get all the damp newspaper out. Maybe it's dry, maybe it's not, but that's how we've always dried them out. Right down the toe, push them right down the toe like this. Get that newspaper out, okay? Now, investigation is required. And of course, you've got to be looking around. Now, where the hell was the leak? Well, obviously, if you've had the leak, look on your trousers, jeans, whatever it is, and try and see where that leak comes in. Because although you might be wet all the way down, there's going to be a mark. You're going to aim for, say, the top part of that mark. Like me, get yourself several pairs of glasses and go around looking for a tiny hole. Could be a piece of barbed wire, could be a stone you've nailed on, could be anything. And when you found that hole, mark it with a felt pen. Okay, my other boot on the left hand foot already has about 3 patches on it. I've been lucky with this one. But I can see, I'm just going to mark it with the felt pen like this. Over there. Just on that seam there, just on the seam, there's a very, very small hole. But I know it's there because when I put it down where I had it, obviously when I was wearing it, it corresponds with just above the knee, exactly where I got absolutely soaking wet. So I've got my mark. The first thing you're going to do is to rough it up so that your adhesive will stick to it. Okay, now here actually is the mark. It's very, very difficult to see on the seam. But just in there, I've got to point to it, is a crack in the seam that is exactly where my boot got wet. Now the first thing you're going to do is get yourself some kits, but just patch repair, tube repair. I use cycle repair kits. I've got a variety of different ones here. Always keep as spares, different type repair patches they have here. Now some of them come with a little grill. I'm going to pinch this one like this because you're using an adhesive here, okay, which is called a rubber cement. And what I think it might be a vulcanizing rubber adhesive, which sort of dissolves the rubber. And on the actual, let's show this to you, look. There, for instance, there's one of the patches. When you peel it off underneath, it's tacky and it has to stick to this. But this one has to go tacky. It semi-dissolves the area of rubber around here. So this is a little metal one. I guess I could just bend that. And you're going to have to... Now this is a tricky one. I'm going to tell you this is a tricky one. You should be able to rub and rough up the rubber of the wader here so that you get some adhesion. Now if you find that the abrasive device they give you in the kit doesn't work, right, just get yourself a piece of rough coarse sandpaper like I've got, which 101% does work. And you can see the size of the disc here, which is your repair kit. It's going to come either side of there. I'm going to go further across, roughing it up so that it gets some traction, it gets some dry wader rubber area to stick to. Now this is tricky because it's got to dissolve in this crack, and that crack is right there as a little pinhole. I see no reason to go and buy a new pair of waders till these are absolutely shredded. There we go. Now you can see that's buffed that up totally. So you get a little cap there, a white cap, and inside there's a point. You push it into there's a sort of aluminium cap here that breaks a hole in it and allows you to gently squeeze out some of the rubber solution. There we go. It's quite a substantial amount of rubber solution, but I want it to dissolve as much as I can the surface of the rubber to which I'm going to be sticking. I've got two of sticking the patch. I've got several pairs of chest waders. I've got couple of pairs at least of thigh waders like this, which I use not a great deal, not as much as I used to, because I don't do as much barbel fishing as I used to. But there you can see the glue is just, well, you think it's sticky. It's not yet sticky. You have to let it almost dry before you put the patch on. So make sure you put the cap on, and usually these are very flammable, highly flammable, so make sure you're not smoking or anything near them. So I'm going to let that go off. I'm probably going to use, let's have a look, let's try one of these patches here. One of these patches, which just, look, it peels off. I can feel it's tacky there. I'm not going to use it yet. I'm going to give that about 5 minutes or so to go off. Don't forget it, but it's almost dry to the touch. You do not stick it on when it's totally wet like that. And this one is what we call the vulcanizing patch, which goes with this type of glue. That's almost, is dry to the touch now. So we're going to try and peel one of these off, as ancient as they are. I'm not really worried about the paper on the other side. I probably won't get it off the back of that paper. So I'm just leaving the paper on it as well. There's my hole. As soon as that goes on, I'm going to, let's get something smooth, push it on really, really hard and spread it from the middle outwards. Because this edge here is very thin. That's a very flexible type of rubber, and that is really your main sort of seal along the edge. You're going to push the glue out to the edge. It's almost dry, that glue, but it's what's called vulcanizing. Give that a good push so that goes both the dissolved one under here, under there. That's why it's in a foil packet, to keep it sealed up. Push it really hard as you can. Nice flat surface. Hopefully it won't go through and stick my wader to the pool table. Now, this paper here you can peel off, but I don't like to, because I just leave it. That might lift that slight edge round, just round here, and peel it back. I love get that seal. I'm sure that's what does it, and that's why I've had my waders repaired so many times before. It's done the job. It's saved me going and buying new ones. There we go. What I'm going to do is put a piece of newspaper over that, and then pile a load of fishing books on it and let it dry. All you're going to do then, put a piece of newspaper over the top of it, and pile a load of books over there, leave it overnight, and that will be as good as gold. Now I know that's going to work, because look, here is one, exactly the same patch, a vulcanizing patch I put on there 5 years ago. Okay, it's gone on a join, which is invariably where you kneel down, and there you go, there's another one corresponding just above the knee, and that is the exact same patch that I left on, and the paper just wears off, and I haven't touched the outside, that fine area that I told you about. So if you've got a hole in a pair of waders, look, it happens. You might walk through barbed wire fence, could be kneeling down on some rough rocks. Be careful with them. Always look around, trying to find where the leak is in your foot, and then you'll get an idea of where to look. Get yourself a good pair of glasses like I have. Look around. You have to look really close, and you generally can find that hole. Get yourself anything like these cycle repair kits, I find rather than the stick-on ones, the vulcanizer ones are better. Save yourself getting wet next time. Another totally awesome fishing tip.